to share with everything that's happening in the world right now. You don't even know which side is the right side.
Join us right here on Flexx FM every Thursday night from 5 to 8 to hear Gracie explain just why the God side is the right side for life.
Hey, it's your girl Wanda J from Flexx FM, here every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 12 to 3 p.m., bringing you the legendary oldies. Jazzy, the hottest R&B.
I was rolling in my car when I pulled up at the mall, couldn't find a place to park.
And the ultimate of pop music.
Oh boy. What y'all know about a
So if you're ready to take this journey with me, then don't touch that dial. Stay tuned for the intimacy of radio, talking about things you don't want to talk about. So get ready, sit back, and listen to the Wanda J Show.
If you're a bad girl, play us when you see me. Act like you know me. I keep a dollar worth of dimes. You know.
Yeah. This is Face, CEO of Face Off Entertainment. And every time I get a chance, I'm listening to Flexx FM. Now, I mean, if I can't get it on my radio, then I just log in to flexfm.com and go Ustream, you know what I mean? Yo, SD, give me a nice mix on this. Capital F, L-E-X-X, FM, giving you the best and nothing less. News, sports, weather, talk, and entertain. Inspire and empower your thoughts, that's the aim. Listen, hey, Nikki Blaze is hot, give her praise. TC does it so easy, it's in his veins. Gail Lamoy, the real McCoy in different ways. Giving you variety, tune in on different days. From NY to NJ, CT to A-Town. To South Florida, they get around like Greyhound. This is Face now, I approve this message. Flexx FM, I'm giving you my blessings. And anybody who disputes your effort is hating. I respect your views and methods. The newest records, the hottest songs they spinning. So log on, flexfm.com and listen. They keep you informed and try to empower. From 10 in the morning till 2 other hours. They show love and inspire the doubters. They give the weather and the news all around us. But they still on the grind, keeping the hottest songs in your ear every time. You don't believe me, just give them a try. Either way, I'ma be in my ride, straight flexing.
Squeaky clean, hip-hop and R&B. The bomb to bomb.
Yeah, let's all get down.
You're rocking with the best in the business.
You're not tuned in to the best.
Flexx FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Flexx FM, the station, the only station that does it like this right here on your radio. I'm your TC, your captain, and I'm going to be here with you up until 8 o'clock. It's 7 minutes after 7 in the PM right here. Pardon me, still trying to get over the weather as we speak. And one thing I can guarantee and one thing I can say is that, believe you me, this flu season is serious. Be careful of the kids at the daycare. Be careful of the kids at school. Be careful even yourself at the workplace. Believe me. Make sure that you sanitize everything. Now is the time to be germophobic. Yes, it is. All right? Now is the time to be germophobic, my people. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's Black History Month. And we promised that this month we'll be talking with some young black entrepreneurs, artists, and so forth. And that's one of the reasons why, you see, we are actually at this studio to accommodate those interviews, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the reason why, you know, we have this calendar of non-stop peeps to talk to chat with, all right? So for those of you, if it's your first time, welcome to Let's Chat with TC. Please share the link on Facebook if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, share the YouTube link as well. And if you're on Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat, you name it, just share it. Sharing is caring, and that's what we like to do here, care a lot. So please do share a lot, all right? Okay, so today our special guest is Coolaz. You may ask, Coolaz what? I may tell you, Cool Dog. For real, is our special guest that we have inside of our, you know, room, our chat room that we're going to be chatting with momentarily. But before I get to that, let me just get to this real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, the views that expressed here by TC and his guests are not the views of Flexx FM and their affiliates, but it's solely the opinion of TC and his guests. All right? Cool? So now that we've gotten that out the way, let's get this in the way. Please do go now and download the Flexx FM app. All right? It's in your app store. It doesn't matter what device you use, whether that be an Android or an iDevice. It doesn't matter. Please do go now and download that app. Okay? All right. So it is Flexx FM Radio in your app store. Cool? All right. So, all right. So let's get this party started. Let's get it started, right? All right. Cool. So I use the word cool again. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, now is a great way to introduce or to get into the segue of our very special guest out of Jamaica. We'll find out where in Jamaica he's at right now, ladies and gentlemen. Cool as Cool Dog. Good evening, my brother. How you doing? Cool as. Can you hear me? Let's see if he's actually here. Not quite sure why we're not hearing him. Cool as, can you hear me? All right, I guess he's having some technical difficulties right now. So Cool as Williams, as we await for him to unmute or to turn the volume up on his device, on his end, ladies and gentlemen, let me continue right here while we await Cool Dog. Our Cool as Cool Dog. All right. So we'll get to the name. Promise me. We'll ask about the name. We'll ask about just about everything there is to ask about. All right. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, he's an artist out of Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica, and of course he's creating a name for himself right now as we speak. A very humble individual. Very, humility is a killer with this guy. Believe me. And some people wonder why these guys don't break through and become successful in the business as quick as those who are more aggressive. And I personally think that the old sayings still have value, that the humblest calf suck the most milk. Some people say, if you look at it logically, when the calf humble and the other bully calf then push him out of the way and continues to suck the milk, how does he get the milk? Whenever they get tired, that's when the humble calf just go there and just drink without any hustle. Because everybody is belly full and just gone, and him can take him time and do whatever. But there's a logic behind it, right? For real. All right, let's see if we've gotten our brother back. Cool as, are you there? Can you hear me? I think Cool as is having some technical difficulties. So what we're going to do is, of course, try to get back with him in the meantime. So sorry about any delay this may cause you guys. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest is Cool as Cool Dog, and the name itself have me laughing for real. I tell you, love it though. I love it a lot. Believe it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you have the link on your social media, please do share it. Okay. So let me I'm trying to see if we can have our engineer rectify it from our end here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know why its audio is here. I don't know why the streaming is like that. All right. So we'll try to see if we can rectify it from this end. Cool. All right. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, Black History Month. Yesterday, Bob Marley celebrated his Earth Strong, and I'm quite sure a lot of people have been playing, a lot of stations has been playing Bob Marley. Some stations have never played a Bob Marley ever, but just to get on the hype. It's all about what's trending for most stations out there. It's about what's happening currently right now for most stations out there. It's about what everybody's doing for most stations out there. And this is why we stay predominant in our class, because we set the trend, my people, for real. Remember, we just give you a piece on Bob Marley just late last year. Yeah, and we give you our 2 cents on what we think about the death of Bob Marley was. So we've been on top of this. We just talked about Bob Marley's son last week, saying that, remember, Bob said, I got tired to see my face. And we'll keep seeing his sons and his daughters appearing all over. Simply mean that that is gospel for Bob Marley. So it's not just February 6th we recognize Bob Marley here, for real. No, we recognize him throughout the year. And for every great man, as a matter of fact. Dennis Brown has just celebrated a birthday too, ladies and gentlemen, and you know, the vocals that that brother had, believe me, it's inseparable, it's undeniable that that guy, Dennis Emmanuel Brown, is one of the best vocalists ever merged out of the island of Jamaica. Natural, natural, natural. Even if the brother's sick or flu, sore throat, once him open his mouth, it just naturally flow. Simply mean he's one of those angels that really, 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 really can sing. Coolers, you there? Trying to get to my brother. All right, what I'd love for you to do is to try to reconnect with that link again, all right? That we sent to you, if you can hear me, because we can't hear you on this end. Okay? All right, thank you very much. So again, my peoples, it's the Black History Month, and there's a whole lot going on for Black History Month. Some people say that they actually can't believe how is it we only get 28 days out of the year. And I said to them that, listen, it's not just 28 days out of the year that we get to celebrate, you know. What we want you to recognize and acknowledge is that whatever days that we have gotten simply mean you accept that. I feel like every day is Black History. For real, and should be remembered of such. And that's my personal belief, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, and that's just my personal belief. I think every day should be celebrated that way. And it's up to you, the individual, if you want to take 28 days, or you just want to take the month of February, or you want to take the entire 365 days celebrated. That's how you should remember it. So what we're going to do is look at the negative thing that comes with it, that people says, oh yes, this is it, or yeah. No, let's not look at it that way, that we only get this time. For real. Don't look at it like that. Let's look at it as if we get 365 days out of the year. Let no one narrow you down or box you in. Okay? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, coolers, can you hear me? All right. We're still looking at the feed here, ladies and gentlemen. We're still not hearing him. We're still not seeing him. We have been told that he can see us. He can see himself, but he cannot see us. All right. Okay. All right, my brother. We're trying to connect, ladies and gentlemen. We don't normally have this glitch right here, but we're having it right now, and these things do happen from time to time. So I want you to bear with us. Of course, not only us, but our special guest too as well. This interview had been scheduled since last year, for real. So our engineer put everything into perspective to make sure that we get this correct. All right? Cool? All right. So while we post that online, ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to chit-chat a little bit about Black history and what it means to not only me, but also to you. All right? We're going to chit-chat a little bit about the promises that were made that wasn't fulfilled, but at the same time, we should not dwell on those promises because that has been not granted to us but our foreparents? What are we doing to change the dynamics of everything that's happening right now? And if you take a look back of what happened and take a look now of what is happening now, and see how much you yourself has contributed to what is going on right now, and tell me if you are definitely doing a good job at it, or you just keep blaming others for where we're at right now. That's the question, my peoples. Are we going to continue blaming others for where we're at right now, or are what we intend to do is really and truly look in the mirror and said, I am going to make a difference? And one of the differences, again, stop look at February month, the month of February as Black History Month, and look at every month, every year, because we should not be celebrating just one month as Black History Month. There's so many things that happen throughout, ladies and gentlemen, that I refuse to sit here and say that, well, you know, this is our month. And no, every day is our day. For real. We're still alive. So let's look at it like that. But then again, we should appreciate some of the stuff that a lot of people have gone through for us. We still have to take time out and look back where we're coming from and where we're at today. We still have to look at the sacrifices many before us made, and what are the sacrifices you today are willing to make for the many to come. These are the things. Are we being selfish today? And if our, you know, forefathers before us were selfish, would we be here today? A lot of people say, and I myself find myself, I've been saying this too, that, you know what, I can never see myself living back in the 50s, the 40s and the 50s, or the early 60s of the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther King time, and to see what they were going through, and how they weren't appreciated as blacks, and you know, they were always put at the back and they were always separated to do this. How different is it today? That's the question. How different is it today? That's what I love to know. And probably you can share it with me too. What's the difference today? We're still seeing blacks being beat down in the street like they were used to back then, being hosed down in the street. We're still seeing the segregation in the schools. We still see it in the communities. Everything is happening just the same. Just as Junior Gang said in his song, sad to say, the old slave mill, grinding slow but grinding still. For real. Honestly. So when you look into what used to happen back then, in those times, that we thought we have escaped, it comes today 10 times fold. For real. 10 times fold. So, let us be smart and ask ourselves the question, what do we need to do to change the dynamics? What do we need to do to stop the slave mill from grinding still? For real. So, my thing to all that was to be more independent. Yes, that was my thing to the whole thing. In order for us to stop that slave mill is to be a little bit more independent, or be a whole lot more independent. Coolers, are you there? Again, coolers, are you there? All right, trying to get word to see if coolers is there, but I'm not getting any concrete word from him. Password. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please do bear with us. As we try to reconnect with our special guest here. All right. So, my people, again, I'm asking the question: are you willing to change the dynamics of what's happening? For you to change the dynamics of what's happening, you're going to need to make some bold move. Seriously. You're going to need to make some bold move, ladies and gentlemen. And those bold moves required you to stand up and be firm. Those bold moves are going to be required of you to make sacrifices. It's going to require you to be tough. It's going to require you to be selfish. It's going to require you to be smart, giving you you're going to have some sleepless night, my peoples. For real. My question to you is, are you bold enough to make that move? That's just my question to you. First thing, of course, there's some things you have to challenge. And some things that you have to challenge, it may seem or it may sound stupid. And here's why it may seem or sound stupid. Because, listen, because you have been taught for years that this is the way it is. But check this out. You know a dog, right? The dog that they use to sniff drugs at the airport. That dog didn't born knowing how to sniff drugs at the airport. That dog was taught how to do that. For real. So if a dog can do it, come on now. Coolers, can you hear me? All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to try to do is to resend another link to Coolers. Please partner with us. Please do bear with us while we resend another link to the brother. All right? We did a dry run with this link, and of course, it's just, you know, when you're trying to make these links from overseas to back here, it has these issues. But nevertheless, you know, we'll work through it. We will work through it. Just be with us, all right, for a little bit. Coming to you, Coolers. All right, my brother. Grinding slow, but grinding still. Weekend or a short-lived thrill. All right, so okay, let me close this one. Grinding slow, but grinding still. Oh boy, my brothers and sisters, please do bear with me as we try to sort out this guy here. All right? For real. He has been waiting for this interview since last year, my peoples. Trust me. And we have to come through on our end. And that's what we're all about. We have to come through on our end for the brother. Believe it or not. All right? Yes, my peoples. Grinding slow, but grinding still. Okay. So as we send a feed from our end, ladies and gentlemen, so we're just actually waiting on Coolers on his end. Cool? All right, so yes, my people, while we're awaiting Coolers, the thing about it is, what we try to do, we try to make sure that our peoples, meaning you and your family, do not get caught up in the foolishness in such a way. And when we say the foolishness, we mean the foolishness as in what they call gospel right now, for real. And here's why I would say not to get caught up in the foolishness. Coolers, can you hear me? Are you there? All right, so while we are waiting him to connect properly, I'm not sure if it's the internet connection and his hand, but I'm quite sure our end here, flawless. It's 7:30, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm watching it here, and I'm getting signal from the people on the grounds here. So once he's in, then we'll take it from there. All right? Coolers. All right, cool. Again, my peoples, really and truly, what you have been taught since you're a child growing up is very difficult to change all that right now. And that's why I'm saying it's going to take some time for you to make a difference, because you have to go against everything that you have learned since you were a child growing up. I know them say 1 + 1 = 2, and if I should come and tell you that 1 + 1 = 11, then you look at me like I'm stupid. And what we need to do is take time to take the logics out of some of the foolishness. All right? So I look at things like this from outside of the box. And the reason why I look at things from outside the box, ladies and gentlemen, it's because, one, there's a thing called double standard. What is good for the goose, not necessarily good for the gander. And I think that is what, in my book, is considered unfair. When I say unfair, simply mean that if you're going to say you have signed this bill into law, and this is what all of us here should obey, and if we don't obey it, then of course we're going to pay these fines. And this is happening not only here in the US, it's happening in every country across the board, my people. So some people feel like they are above it. So even though they sign it, it doesn't apply to them. And that's where it went wrong. People need to be held accountable, for real. Now, if you're going to sign it and say that if you don't have this ID, then you're going to pay a penalty of $150. Or if you drive past this speed limit, here is a lien. Give us the fine print. Say the speed limit is 10. You can go 15, but 16 you will be able to get a ticket. So if it's 10, you go 15, then you may get a warning. But 16 and over, then you will pay a fine. So tell us all the fine print and everything. And if you get caught doing 17 and 18, that's not because you were the one who signed that law. In simply mean that you should get a bypass. That simply mean if you get a bypass, everybody should get a bypass. For real. I notice today what is the norm is not the norm. I notice the sexual harassment thing just blow to proportion because of what sexual harassment may seem as now, or what it is deemed as, in such a way you have to be careful not only how you talk to someone now, so limit how you talk to people now, and it limit how you can socialize now, because sometimes we laugh and some people laugh, and you know, some people speak with their hands and them touch and push you or walk, you know what I mean? Somebody see them normally give you a hug. No, you have to be careful how you hug people, because that may consider sexual harassment. Now, it seems like we have got to have video surveillance everywhere now, so you can prove your point that you weren't even harassing this person, or this person wasn't even harassing you. So, does this video surveillance thing, now is the time for it to come in law now? Is all this is just a built-up to come in law? So, these are some stuff that need to be changed, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not just about black or white or Hispanic or others. It's about society in a whole and the levels of where society is right now, and what take the forefront and what is now being looked at as this is the norm for society. So now your kid and my kid now seeing this and saying, accepting this. Look, for example, or spelling. Spelling now become more using abbreviation than anything else, ladies and gentlemen. Everything else now is a FYI now becomes, and all these abbreviations now becoming it. K this P FYC J LLP. It's all these abbreviation now becomes languages, and it's the norm. And if you don't get on with it, then you'll be left behind. For real. So I'm just saying, if you're willing to take that stand, then these are the sacrifices that you're going to need to make, ladies and gentlemen. But believe me when I say that, if you feel like you escaped the 40s and the 50s and the early 60s, the mid 60s, you're joking, because they're upon us right now. We're living it right now. For real. You are living it right now. So my thing is, we would love for our youths to spend time and grow as youths, rather than to turn them into young man and woman at a youth's stage in their life. For real. It's up to us to do our part, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't do your part, then of course, you're going to leave the load on someone else. And when I say that, in this day and age that we need to be selfish sometimes, sometimes you have to know what you're sharing with others. Yes, real talk. Sometimes you have to know what you're sharing with others. Because sometimes when you share some stuff with others, like for example, a guy have a great business idea, and that business idea can turn over something for him and his family. But he doesn't have the one pattern is her idea. And now it becomes John Doe idea. Ladies and gentlemen, you tell me seriously, isn't that a good reason for you to be selfish, especially with your thoughts sometimes? Because most time, most thing I know, is the person that close to your earth here the most, For real. That's why I am not scared to say I hurt a lot of people that I'm close to, because their expectations are far different from mine. And when someone expects something of you and that you within yourself is not capable of, and it doesn't fall through for them, they feel hurt, and then you're there wondering in limbo, what happened? It wasn't your expectation, it was their expectation. Like, for example, one would expect you to come on this show today and brag about all your attributes and brag about so forth. And that's their expectation of you, to talk about everything that you have achieved as a broadcaster. And you come here and you start talk about people who are in dire needs, people who are in need of help. You start talk about a situation where you see happening that's very disturbing to not only yourself, but to a neighbor or a friend or a family member. And that wasn't what they want you to talk about. So they feel hurt because you didn't talk about what they want you to talk about. But is that your fault, or is it theirs that putting all these expectations on you? And I'm saying that to say this, ladies and gentlemen, it happened to us with our kids many a time. Some of us feel like our kids disappoint us, and we put all these stones on our kids' shoulder to carry. The burden of them growing up, and you're putting them in soccer, but that's not their passion and that's not their love on them. They're venturing up to do something else, but feeling disappointed when them know that this is not what they want to do. But because of the pressure that was put on them while growing up to be in soccer, and you start to tell them how much you spend in enrolling them in soccer, and over the years, and the sacrifice that you make to don't go to work today, to drive them to this game, to that game, wake up early in the morning to drive them to that game. And you were the one who were more passionate about it than them. Were they to be blamed? Are they to be blamed? No, it's your passion. And we do this all the time. Parents, we do this a lot, for real. And be honest with yourself. We do this a lot. Spouses, we do this a lot to our spouses too. Parents, we do this a lot to our kids, for real. And we put these responsibilities and pressures on our kids. And having them to do these things when, at the end of the day, in all honesty, it's more your dream than theirs. So this is why I'm saying that, are we ready to make that sacrifice? Are we willing to go that distance? It's grinding slow, but grinding still. But are you ready to put a stop to it? For real. Because it's going to take you having some balls to step up to the people with the power and said, no. Yeah. The boss wanted to do multiple overtime because of he has this project that he wants to be done and this weekend. And this weekend is the weekend where you had planned to do something special with your kids. But because it's your boss, he said, all right, that's what's paying the bill. No. No, I'm not doing it. Try next weekend or go down the list and try somebody else who is free. All right? Yeah, you try go down the list and see if you can find somebody else who is free. But not this weekend. Okay? All right, enough said. Check the levels to this now, ladies and gentlemen, because there's different levels to this. So we'll move the levels meter now. Now because you do that, now you tend to think that your job is in jeopardy. But sometimes you need to read the rule book. Sometimes you need to take it to higher personnel. Some people say that here in Florida, them hire at will, so them can fire you at will. Oh yeah, you're right, you hire me at will, so yeah, you can fire me at will. But at the same time again now, ladies and gentlemen, do you know the other stand that you could take to that? You could take matters in your own hands. It's just like Colin Kaepernick. You see what he's doing now? They fire him at will and refuse to hire him. So he's taking it to another level. It may take some time, as I told you before, that taking these steps may take time and it may not be an overnight process. But the fact that you are making that attempt tells that you are taking a stand, my peoples, for real. So when we take a look at this wonderful month here that they call Black History Month, I look at it as just another day. Because January I feel the same. And I'm quite sure next month I'm going to feel the same way. For real. So again, whatever we are doing this month in celebrating Black history, are we repeating what we did last year, February? Are we listening to some Malcolm X tape? Are we listening to some great speech from Martin Luther King? What about the rest of the history? For real. There's loads of it out there. And know that we're at the age where technology is at our fingertip. Research it, man. And I'm sure it will take you more than 28 days to go through them. For real. For years, I have read a history book in my country called The People Who Came. That's a history book them give you in high school. And I don't know what history book they have now. But no one told me much where the history of my country is coming from back then. Those publications didn't reach our library back then. I asked someone who was born and raised in Jamaica, how many prime ministers Jamaica have gone through since 62 to 2018. It's very hard for them. Even when the information is at their fingertip. I didn't learn this in school, my people. Trust me, I didn't learn this in school. This is something I take the initiative myself. Yes, I took the initiative myself to do this kind of research myself. And this kind of knowledge I will transcend to my kids. Yes, this is how I want to edify my kids of these things. Even though you weren't born in the island, but let me tell you about the island where your ancestors are from, the island where your mother and your father is from, the island where your cousins and your aunties are from, your grandparents are from. Let me edify you about that place. For real. Because if you are going to set up shop back home and one day want your kids to know that it is there, even if they don't want to go down there, but at least they can have an idea of what is it and what it's all about. Understand the laws down there, so when they travel down there, they know best how to maneuver themselves while they're down there. You know what I mean? Don't have it like, I would see some people was born in Miami, but never been to Fort Lauderdale, ever. Or they're born in West Palm Beach, but have never gone to Boca. Ever. For real, it does happen. Trust me on that. So I'm just saying to you, don't let that catch you. Don't caught up with that. What I love for you to do, ladies and gentlemen, is take some time out and do some research. Black history is more than just 28 days. It is. I'm telling you. It's more than 28 days, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So again, I beg you to take some time out of your busy schedule. Talk to your sons and your daughter about the history of the country you're from. You could have from Cuba, you could have from Grenada, Barbados, Bahamas, St. Kitts, U.S. Virgin Island, British Virgin Island. You could have been from Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica. Doesn't matter. Educate them on. Tell them about their history, their true history, that they're not being taught. They now learn these things in school. And they won't learn them in school. They have to do them on their spare time. I just explained to you, I never learned these things in school. It was on my spare time I have to go to library and do some intense research differently and go to some place and see some people and ask questions. Yes. Bob Marley didn't get enough time to write them all in a song where we can listen to them in a song. Dennis Brown himself didn't get enough time either. Peter Tosh nor most of those guys didn't get enough time to write them in a song so we all can learn them through a song. So there's some work that we have to do ourselves. Okay? So let us put our shoulders to the wheel in stopping this whole slave mill from grinding still. All right? Okay. All right, so again, my peoples, this is what's happening right now. What we're going to have to do is reschedule an interview with Coolers. I'm not sure how the calendar looks right now, but I'll get with my producer on that. But again, we'll have to reschedule a interview with Coolers, Cool Dog, for you guys. Very interesting conversation we're about to have, and you know, just by looking at everything that has been submitted here, I'm quite sure that you know, we had a lot to discuss, but we'll definitely do it as soon as we can. We'll try to get to fit him in as soon as possible, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to apologize for that. I'm not sure. I'm quite sure that it's not our end the issue is at, and hopefully we'll sort that out and see what his problem is, if someone can tap into his system and find out what the problem is on his end. All right? Again, it's flu season. Believe me, there's some serious report going on, some serious numbers has been coming out of the U.S. You know, 50 plus people die already from the flu virus, ladies and gentlemen. It makes me wonder if it's really the flu virus. For real. It makes you go, For real. No. The symptoms may be of flu symptoms. why they would say it's the flu virus, but why it's so twice as dangerous as the common flu? That's just a question I'm asking for real. And why is it you cannot put a finger on it if it's just the common flu? Why? It's something more, and I think that they know that it's more than just the flu virus. I think it's a mixture of flu or something else together. I'm not sure what this is, but this is serious, my people. So I urge you to buy hand sanitizer for your kids. Teach them how to use it. For every doorknob they touch at schools, you know, yes, man, it's time for you to be germophobic right now. You know, make sure that your hands are properly sanitized before you eat. You know, we like to greet people with a hug or so forth. When you come home, first thing you do, you put those clothes in the laundry. And, you know, you lie salt on your place at all time because it is serious. Kids are dying. I can't imagine a 2-year-old, 3, 4, 5-year-old catching this. It's killing off the old folks too. So it's the older folks like grandma and grandpa and the kids are more prone to be wiped out quicker than the middle-aged folks. So I'm just saying it's time for us to, especially those people who are doing the research, well, they need to prompt up and beef up the research real quick because this thing is very serious. There must be something that you can give these kids and adults to take. The flu shot not working. You guys promote the flu shot way before the flu season. And hundreds of people take the flu shot. Everybody take the flu shot, but still dying from flu. So is it the flu shot that is it we're dying from? What is it? I'm just I really don't know. I'm just asking here. What is it? This seems like it's way bigger than the flu. For real. So it's questions, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it really is. Questions. For years, you know, we have flu for a couple of days and, you know, if treating with just common home remedy can get rid of it. Can you imagine what is happening now? Home remedy can't even touch what's happening right now, to be honest with you. So I'm saying there's something bigger going on in the air right now. Yes. Way bigger than just the flu. And we need to put our finger on it. So researchers, speed up this thing a little bit faster for us, please, where we can actually see results. Believe me, because it's not a nice feeling. I've gotten the flu, and normally, knowing how the flu operates, you get the flu this month, that I mean next month you're supposed to get it again once you get rid of it. You know what I mean? That simply means whatever medication you had supposed to still be in your system rotating and your immune system supposed to keep going. And if that's not working, then this is way bigger than the flu. Then it can't be the flu that we're catching back again. For real. So it's just things that make you go, yeah, for real. That's exactly what it is. Things that make you go, You know? All right, so that's my time, my people. It's time for me to bounce spot here, make some room for the next Flexx Jot. But in the meantime, I want to thank you guys so very much for indulging in what we have going on right here. If you have shared the link, we want to say thank you for sharing the link. I want to thank our affiliates, Big Links Radio, Vibe One Radio, Starlight Radio, Traffic Jam, Crazy Vibe Radio. Every radio station that currently got us locked in and syndicating us in their facilities, such as New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Connecticut, and Florida. Listen to us, Radio Family. Good evening to you guys too as well. Also, if you listen to us via the apps, these apps, ladies and gentlemen, TuneIn Radio app. If you're on TuneIn, if you already have TuneIn Radio app, then all you have to do is type Flexx FM in the search engine. That's Flexx FM in the search engine. If you already have the Mixlr app, just go ahead and type Flexx FM in the search engine. Or if you don't want to type anything in the search engine, then go ahead and download the Flexx FM app, ladies and gentlemen. It's Flexx FM radio in your app store. It doesn't matter what app store it is. And guess what? We make sure that it's accessible for free. All right? Yes. You don't have to pay a thing. Just go in and download. You just have to have space on your mobile device. All right? And if that doesn't work, if you don't have any space on your mobile device to download any other app, then you can always dial 641-552-8198. Again, let me repeat that slowly. It's 641-552-8198 for a mobile device. All right, remember though, in some countries, additional fees and restrictions may apply, so make sure that you check with your carrier before dialing that number. Cool? All right, tomorrow it's Thursday, Retro Thursday. Hold on. So, if tomorrow can't be Thursday. Tomorrow is the 8th, which is Thursday. All right, cool. So tomorrow Thursday, yes. So tomorrow is Retro Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. So come with your retro mind on, because what we're going to do, we're definitely going to take you back into time tomorrow. It's that time of the year where we dig up our past. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow right here on Flexx FM. Dig up our past a little bit, all right? Cool? And make sure that you come with your retro mind on. Remember, if you download the Flexx FM app, you can enjoy quality radio 24/7, 48 force, 9612. Do the maths, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let me do it for you. Simply mean you can enjoy quality radio 365 days of the year, 366 when it's a leap year. Yes, I promise you. For real. All right? So, my peoples, again, we'd like to apologize for our interview that was slated to take place today with Cool as Cool Dog. For some reason, we have some technical difficulties on his path in the island. Our engineer has told me that everything looks good on our end here. We're just not hearing, we're seeing the audio, but we're just not hearing Cool as. All right? So we're going to reschedule an interview with Cool as Cool Dog, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it's the first thing next week if we can do that. If not, we'll try the very first opening that we get. We'll definitely do so. All right? So again, my people, thank you so very much for indulging in Let's Chat with TC Flexx. And we're looking forward to Flexx tomorrow on Retro Thursday. It's a day that I really like, not because I'm a more old school or old soul kind of guy, but hey, guess what? I just love when me and the friends them can kick back and we talk and we reminisce about things of back in the days. For real. I love it. I love it a lot. Cool? Cool as Cool Dog, we'd like to apologize again, my brother. And if you're listening, which I know you're listening, and we see that you're still there, but we're not hearing you, again, we're going to reschedule an exclusive interview with you very soon. All right? So again, we apologize for not having you, because we have so much we wanted to discuss with you and get out of the way. We had so much that I think that it would have need 2 shows to get all these information out the way, my people. But again, technology didn't allow us to execute this one today. All right? Cool. So, again, my people, download the Flexx FM app. Cool as Cool Dog. We'll get back to you as ASAP. I'm quite sure probably someone's on the phone with you right now as we speak, trying to rectify that out. And as that rectify out, ladies and gentlemen, we'll also let you know. Cool. Remember to continue to share the link, share the love. And of course, for us here, caring is sharing. And once you share, it tells us that you do care. And we do care about you. That's why we put in the excessive work to make sure that we give it nothing but the best right here on Flexx FM. All right? Cool? All right. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful hump day, Wednesday. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Yes. So one love, my people. And of course, have yourself a great Wednesday. Massive. I'm out of here. Stay blessed.
Like a bike, girl, ride for the ninja. Girl, wine and brace for me timber. Same class of body, they are me your slimmer. Rock me like when you see buckle a splinter me. We love it when you rush. We love it when you. We love it when you.